12 stands for local news. And now, from Arizona's #1 choice for local news, this is 12 News at 6.
I want it clean, loud, and zero distortion.
Louder the better.
So other people can enjoy it too.
Oh, chicks dig it.
Well, that's debatable. But what's clear is the popularity of booming bass.
For $6,000, you too can have music so loud it'll make your car shake. It may seem strange to you, but a lot of young people like it, and a lot of others don't. And that's why the city of Peoria is cracking down.
Deluxe amenities.
That's about where I listen to it.
Something so simple as
Peoria officials like the sound of that as well. That's why they passed an ordinance that can get you fined $250 if music from your car can be heard 50 feet away.
I don't think it's fair for as much money as people spend on their stereo systems for them to tell you can't play it at that volume that you want.
They're intruding on your privacy is what it amounts to. So
Don't worry about other people. Worry about yourself.
why in the dickens they need the music ground up so loud?
That's a question a lot of Peoria judges will be asking soon. In Peoria, Bernard Watson, 12 News.
The sun is warm. It's beautiful.
This feels like spring compared to Illinois. This is great.
I'm hoping to have a little tan.
And then maybe take a swim. Sounds like a splashing good time.
I think you got it made. I mean, this is an unbelievable temperature for us.
But let's remember, this is Phoenix, where lately the mercury has dropped precariously close to freezing. And we won't even talk about the rain.
It's about 50 to 55 degrees this morning. When I got up, I put on the sweater, shirt, and undershirt. Yet, these people right here are swimming. But believe it or not, the water's not that bad. In fact, the water is about 70 degrees.
Still too cold for me, but if you live in a winter wonderland and you're vacationing at the Biltmore, the weather here is tropical. Take a look at this steam.
As long as the sun's out, it feels good. So obviously, but there's not too many other people out here, are there?
So people who live in Alaska, you got to look at it this way. They jump in the freezing weather there, and look how young they look. So if you want to stay young, just keep on swimming.
It feels good.
Lauren McMenamin feels good because she just gave birth to Megan, a healthy baby girl. Now Lauren's son Ryan will have someone to play with.
Means he's going to have an in-house friend to play with, somebody he can do things with every day.
Megan is one of the newest babies delivered at Chandler Regional Hospital, but she certainly won't be the last.
Every day, it's more babies are delivered every day. I see up to about 8 to 9 babies per day.
The hospital says it's delivering twice as many babies as last year, and a nationwide nursing shortage doesn't help.
There's just so many more babies being born. Every time we build on, we need more nurses, and the nurses aren't here. I think it's going to be a big problem later on.
Madrid says the solution is getting more young people interested in nursing. Ryan may be too young to be a nurse, but he'll soon get a lot of practice that could prepare him for the future.
He can watch out for his younger sister.
In Chandler, Bernard Watson, 12 News. When Alicia Mione grows up, her nickname could very well be Speedy.
It just came so fast.
Little Alicia wasn't due for another couple of weeks, but early this morning her mother got a message from her daughter. The schedule had changed.
We left the house 10 minutes after my water broke.
We started driving and she started having contractions.
Alejandro called 911 as he rushed to St. Joe's Hospital.
And my wife's having a baby.
He almost made it.
It's Alicia.
Almost.
She said, I think the baby's coming, and I said, no, just calm down and relax. And she said, no, I think it's coming, so I turned on the reading light that kind of shines down on the lap, and then when I hit that and it turned on, the baby's head was sticking out.
The Miones hadn't planned on having their daughter underneath an overpass here at 24th and Thomas. And they certainly didn't expect to have her in their pickup truck. But their daughter, Alicia, had plans of her own.
Tell me, how far out is the baby? It's all the way out. It's all the way out? Is it breathing? Yes, it is.
It's an experience the Miones will never forget.
I'm thankful that my husband acted fast and called the fire department, and they were very quick to respond.
In Phoenix, Bernard Watson, 12 News. A shortage of gas,
I think it's ridiculous,
is fueling tempers as frustrated motorists are turned away from local gas stations.
I came by and there were the grade 89 and 92 they were out of.
This station near 40th Street and McDowell ran out of all its gas, putting up signs and tape to keep drivers away.
I usually buy gas on my way to work every morning, so I held off, and now we went to the store and I came back and it's still the same way.
The problem is affecting stations all over the valley, but station owners say it's not their fault.
I guess there was a crack or a leak in the east line, and like everybody, like all the other oil companies, were having problems with the oxygenated fuel and keeping it up and keeping it level.
This is not the first year. That's baloney.
Some are having a hard time believing big oil.
I think the oil companies and the major businesses, the major distributors, are trying to jack up the prices, saying, okay, we don't have gas, but we need to make a profit off of this, so we're going to take the little guy who has to have it because they can't get bus transportation.
The sound of 7-year-old Yaya Lutfi playing is music to his parents' ears. That's because a few days ago, they weren't sure they would see him again. He was late coming home from an after-school program.
6 o'clock came and went, and starting to get worried.
The Tungling Corporation was supposed to bring Yaya home in one of their vans.
Yaya was dropped off in the pouring rain at this home in the town of Guadalupe. The problem is, he doesn't live here. Yaya's home is more than 6 miles away.
I just sped off real quick.
Hector Ogin's mother was home at the time.
We gave her a paper, and he just ran in the house, like it was his house.
What?
Hector tried asking Yaya his name, but
he can't communicate with him. He's autistic.
He eventually found something with the boy's name on it and called police.
Oh, they could have been, people who sell drugs. They could have been like, sex offenders or, just, not even, just generally bad people. They could have said, you're not my child, get out of here.
The Tungling Corporation says it is investigating why the driver went to the wrong address.
You should have saw this lady had a questioning look on her face like, who is this child? And, at least phoned the office or, tried to figure out what was going on.
In Tempe, Bernard Watson, 12 News.
Baby, and I miss her so much because I play with him.
5-year-old Adriana isn't the only one who misses Taylor, her four-legged friend.
Well, Taylor's my baby of 7 years almost. He'll be 7 in May.
Elaine raised him from a pup.
We fed him a bottle for a while because he wasn't weaned yet.
Now he's all grown up.
He thought he was a lap dog even after he was 75 pounds.
But there haven't been any kisses lately because 3 weeks ago, Taylor ran away.
He had gotten out of the yard before and had always come back.
This time he didn't. Then there was a call.
And the person on the line said, "We have your dog." And my dad said, "Oh, where are you?" And they hung up.
Strange, because only the family knew Taylor was missing. The next day, another call.
The person on the line, which we think was a lady's voice, said, "You're missing your dog, right?" And my mom said, "Yes, do you know where he is?" And they hung up the phone.
It gets worse. A few days later, someone dumped Taylor's collar and a note in Elaine's yard.
And the note stated that they had their dog back, that we would not see their dog again.
Apparently, the Dognappers believe Taylor belongs to them.
You will not hear from us again.
Elaine says she's frustrated because Mesa police haven't assigned a detective to the case. Meanwhile, she's hoping the Dognappers are watching.
It's just a mistaken identity, then please, return my dog. Just give me a call at least so I can explain, that we can prove that this is my dog.
In Mesa, Bernard Watson, 12 News.
2 opposed and 7 in favor. The motion passes.
And with that, the Tourism and Sports Authority declared Tempe the winner in the battle between East and West. Come 2004, the Cards' new nest will be near Priest in Washington.
A little surprised just because we really didn't know. We really haven't had conversations with any of the folks on the TSA. I felt good when the 5th member of the TSA said that they were going to support our site because I can count to 9 and 5's the majority.
Despite the lopsided 7-2 vote, TSA Chairman Jim Grogan says reaching a decision wasn't easy. In fact, he says less than 2 weeks ago, it appeared the West Valley would win.
Tempe got their act together. In fact, 10 days ago, Tempe didn't have control of the land. They didn't have a financing plan in place, and I salute them in that in a very short period of time, they came to the table with real solutions, with real dollars, and with a real plan that works. All in favor?
West Valley leaders question that, still believing they have the best site now and for the future.
I think more disappointment than anything else, the fact that we couldn't convince them of our vision, that we know what we're going to become over the next 10, 20 years. To see and touch and feel something today versus having to sit and think outside the box and see what the West Valley will become.
Not this test again.
That was a popular phrase this week among Deer Valley High School students who had to take the controversial Ames test again after failing the first go-round. Students must pass the test before they graduate.
A lot of it's different from what I've learned. I mean, I learned things from my teacher, and then when you read it on the test, it's like way different.
The most important ingredient in education, as far as I'm concerned, is classroom instruction.
And many teachers say that precious time is being wasted.
We probably lost 10 days of instructional time. And in terms of teaching, that's just too much.
That's one of the reasons the Deer Valley School District is actively seeking to have them thrown out.
You have the VSAPs, which is a local test here, but then you have the Ames test, and we add to that the Stanford 9s and the Iowas, and then you add, of course, those going on to college, ACTs, SATs, and the preliminaries, which would be the PSATs and plan, and these kids are over-tested.
But the state says students and teachers must be measured for their own good.
We very, very much support accountability. We support high standards, but the Ames test doesn't meet either of those.
So the district says a new test is needed, one that's aligned with the curriculum, measures achievement, but doesn't punish students.
I think one test would be nice, but all these tests aren't really fair.
Hugs for friends and colleagues. Lisa Graham-Keegan is stepping down, but the controversial Ames test may not be leaving with her.
The test is thoroughly sound, one of the best technically correct tests in the country, and that it's gonna continue.
That's bad news for critics of the test. As you may recall, the controversy over the barrier test has largely centered on their fairness and the requirement that high school students pass them before graduation. Results from early tests showed students failing portions of the test at a 60% and 70% clip. But opinions are split on whether the test should be scrapped.
It wasn't so much, just the fact that people were being tested that we were against. It was just more the process and the timeline that was being followed, and just the fairness in terms of the composition of some of those questions.
Ames is not a sinking ship. The Ames test, as I say, in the public's eye, is a necessary component of public education. It is not well loved by the education community leadership.
At this point, it's not clear who will replace Keegan, which ultimately leaves the fate of the test up in the air.
We would hope that whoever takes her her position would be somebody that again would be open to feedback from the community, would give us an opportunity to sit down at the table and dialogue.
Bernard Watson, 12 News.
It's in bad shape. So we're replacing all the damaged wood. It'll be a good roof when we're done.
Most people don't think putting on a new roof is fun.
The power tools, that's the best part.
But these guys, they're different.
Tim Allen was right on track.
Anytime any firefighter, any family needs help, we just give us a call and we take care of it. There's no questions asked, we just do it.
My wife's been fighting breast cancer for about 12 years, and recently it was re-diagnosed, and she now has breast cancer in her lung. And so we've had to change our financial goals a little bit because we've decided to fight.
And that fight is going to cost emotionally and monetarily. Certain things will have to wait, and that's where Jan Shank's other family comes in.
We're just regular guys, and so when we need help, we can always count on each other.
I mean, heck, I trust him with my life at work every other day. I guess I could trust him with my old roof.
One less thing for a family to worry about that has more important goals on its mind. In Scottsdale, Bernard Watson, 12 News. Another dead end in the search for an accused triple murderer. Investigators say a man captured on surveillance video at this Bashas' in Payson was not Robert Fischer. A clerk at the store told police she thought he had gone through her line. Meantime, another potential lead. Fischer may have had a girlfriend at work who hasn't been seen since Fischer's disappearance. Scottsdale police are investigating. In Forest Lakes in Young, Arizona, questions. Was Fischer ever actually there? Or was it an elaborate decoy? Questions that are the talk of the town.
I think he dropped his truck and his dog off to throw off the track and took off with someone else.
If he did really murder his family, sure, it's a concern. We all have children and we all have family here. And you don't want somebody like that running around loose.
Bernard Watson, 12 News. The manhunt in the Tonto National Forest for accused killer Robert Fischer may have been called off Sunday, but the search continues.
Investigators are being tight-lipped about the leads they're following up. They don't want to give away too much information, but an expert we talked to, a retired cop, now a private investigator with more than 20 years of experience, says the key to finding Robert Fischer, it's in the cards.
Well, they're looking to see, for example, if he filled up a gas tank for a car with a credit card.
Hubel says as soon as police realized they were dealing with a triple homicide, they almost certainly started paying close attention to Fischer's finances.
I would be interested early on to see how much money he withdrew out of his bank accounts, and if he ran up his credit cards to the max before this thing happened, which would be something else that someone planning in advance might do.
At this point, it's not clear if Fischer was ever near Young, Arizona this weekend, or if his SUV was left there by someone else who's helping him.
You really want to look at absolutely everything, and you also want to know who his friends are and who his enemies are, and watch all of them, interview all of them, and keep coming back. Kind of like the TV series The Fugitive.
After we learned about the sighting of Robert Fischer's SUV.
For 2.5 weeks now, Robert Fischer's picture has been plastered all over the tube and newspaper. With so much publicity, you would think most everyone could describe him, right?
White male, about 32, 36.
Tall, maybe 6'4", short hair.
Dark eyes, and that's all I can remember.
Does that match your description?
I think it does.
Close, but no cigar. Fischer is actually 6 foot, 190 pounds with blue eyes and brown hair. Experts say it's not unusual for people to misidentify someone. Distance, lighting, and the length of the sighting play an important role. Since April 10th, investigators around the state have been flooded with 10 to 15 calls a day about sightings. Fischer was supposedly at this Bash's in Payson and in a bar in Rye. Investigators say neither man was Fischer.
If I saw him, I think it would cause me to recognize him or take a second look.
Although most sightings turn out to be false, police have to investigate. It's the only way they'll catch a suspect, and they need the public's help.
I am aware, just from working in nightclubs, of people and this and that. I notice people.
And those winds are bringing air masses down from higher elevations into the valley. And as that air begins to sink, it begins to warm.
Huh? Are you as confused as I was the first time I heard that? Look, the bottom line is, it's hot.
My Irish skin isn't used to it, so I got to keep in the pool here and space it out with some shade in between.
Tough job staying in the pool?
It's tough, but someone's got to do it.
But being in the sun is not all fun and games. You can get burned.
Yes, I've had some problems with skin cancer, some surgery earlier this spring, so I use a lot of sunblock in the high numbers.
People who work outside are especially vulnerable.
It's going to get worse as the afternoon goes on, around 3 to 4 o'clock. Then it'll be real bad. You'll start seeing this place slow down a lot.
So the bottom line is you got to try and stay cool. That means drink a lot of fluids and try to relax, which is what I'm about to do. Thank you. Can I borrow your bathing suit?
So the question is, does brutal heat in May mean this summer is going to be unbearable?
Just because the past few days have been unusually warm or record-breaking temperatures, that for the next 90 days, our temperatures will also be warm. It's not that simple.
By the end of the year, construction crews will break ground on a new $141 million government building near 3rd Avenue in Jefferson. Inside, various county departments, including the offices of the Maricopa County Supervisors.
The supervisors say they spent a lot of time and effort trimming waste from the project. But now there's talk of using some of those savings to build private rooms to get rid of even more government waste.
4 of the 5 supervisors say they don't want to waste time in public restrooms. They need their own.
That to me is a waste of money. Are they better than all the other people that have to use restrooms? That's my opinion.
Personally, I have no objection to doing that. The supervisors come and go, so it isn't something that's directed personally to those particular people. And
if personal restrooms are built, and that's a big if, they wouldn't be the first. The Phoenix City Council and Mayor Skip Rimza have personal restrooms, and so does Governor Jane Hull.
I don't think the mayor should have his own restroom. He should have to use the same restroom that the rest of his staff uses.
I think they have an important job, and to have the convenience of restrooms and not have to be walking around where people might ask them questions and, I think it's okay.
County officials say it will be several more weeks before final plans for the building are completed. In Phoenix, Bernard Watson, 12 News. Some people at Country Creek Apartments don't mind pigeons.
It's not that many around to really worry about it.
Others think of them as...
They're sky rats.
And a few want to see them dead.
I think it's sad, but I mean, it's better for them to be gone. Yeah, they bug and they poop all over the place.
A few days ago, management hired exterminators to get rid of the pigeons, and that's when the problem started.
Come the next day, see a bunch of dead birds laying all over the place.
I seen one dead sparrow over by the soda pop machines by the office. Then on the other side of the pool, there's a dead pigeon there.
Management says the pest company and maintenance workers are doing their best to pick up the dead bird.
It just disgusts me, it's wrong.
But some residents are more concerned about the poison kernels on the ground.
I'm worried about the kids because I got 2 nephews that run around here, and some of my friends, they got younger kids too, and I know all of them. And they can just touch something and touch their eye or touch their mouth and get sick, and possible die.
We look for a professional. We check references, and they've been able to take care of the problem, and we trust that the steps that they're taking are the proper steps.
A couple of days ago, inspectors from the organization that oversees pest control companies went out to the apartment complex and found no problems. But when I talked to them this afternoon and informed them that there were poison kernels all over the ground, they said that is a problem and that they would be returning to the complex for another inspection. Bernard Watson, 12 News.
I voted for the governor, so I have no problem at all with the governor's actions to date.
Bob Hockensmith may not have a problem with Governor Hall, but he does have questions about how she uses the state-owned plane. According to the Arizona Republic, Governor Hall is allowing family and friends to fly for free when she travels. Hockensmith says Governor Hall could be breaking the law.
The law states that if you use a government asset for personal reasons, you have to pay the government back. And so either the governor is going to have to pay the government back for that, or the person who used it is going to have to pay the government back.
But Robert says the governor does have some leeway.
As long as official business is being conducted, the governor has the pleasure or the option of being able to take people with them.
Politics has become mean-spirited.
And this back here is Persnickety, who likes to bite pant legs.
If Noah ever builds another ark,
this is Pouty Puffy. Come on, Winter.
He'll probably stop by Evelyn Matthews' place.
See that? I have 2 Chihuahuas here. That's the husband and wife. Oh, lots of cats. Okay, I'll take you over here. This is my goose, Gaz Goose. This is Sunny Duck, and Sunny Duck is Peking Duck. Peking. This is my sanctuary. This is my life.
Evelyn's love is so strong.
And her little lavender feet are going like this all the time. It's beautiful.
She won't leave her home even though it's gone.
I lost 6 cats, and one I had adopted, and that's really hard. You love them so when you adopt them.
Last week, a bolt of lightning hit several trees and Evelyn's home. The fire it caused destroyed just about everything, including Evelyn's extended family.
My fluffy angel, she died.
The Red Cross tried moving Evelyn into a hotel or an apartment, but she won't go. She's living in a trailer.
I'm not going to leave my animals.
She says they need her help.
This is my poor potbelly pig that was burnt. Everything on her, she's like cooked sausage. I don't think she could make it if she was away from me.
Evelyn's home will be torn down and replaced,
good girl.
But the memories will never go away.
I'm Dee Dee. Dee Dee had a baby. Her and her baby perished.
In Phoenix, Bernard Watson, 12 News.
I've just had it forever. And then
There's just something special about the relationship between a man and his truck.
It's a 428 Lincoln Police Interceptor solid lifter engine, and it do run. I mean, without a doubt.
And run it did, all the way to Mexico. Gil London didn't take it there. It was stolen.
felt terrible when it got lost. That's all there is to that.
He never thought he'd see it again. 2 months later, a call. His baby was found. Officers from the Arizona Vehicle Theft Task Force went with him to get the pickup. Easy? Hardly. Knowing who to talk to and the language barrier, huge obstacles.
The key objectives is to develop the relationships with Mexican law enforcement authorities so that when we have a situation where a citizen's located their car or we've located the car, we know the right people to talk to.
The process required so much paperwork, Gil has a notebook that looks like a novel.
After we finally got the thing all paperwork done, 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning till 8:30, 8:45 at night, now we didn't even know where the truck was.
Gil's red Ford was eventually found painted white and minus AC and a radio. Even though it took 3 days and $500, Gil's extremely thankful, especially for the help he received.
And I had thought about going down to myself, you know. What a joke.
In Phoenix, Bernard Watson, 12 News.